Hey everybody, how you guys doing? Welcome to Happy Saturday. Today's Saturday the 26th. Happy birthday to my sister today. It's her birthday. Hopefully you see this video, Gail. Love you out there. Happy birthday to my crazy sister, Gail McDo. Today's her birthday today. She is, I don't even know how old she is. She's right below me, I know that. I know she's about 56, I think. I think she's about 56 or 57. I'm 58, so she's right below me, I know that. I'm 58, the big 58. Yeah, still the big 58. Going 59. June 23rd is my birthday. If anybody wants to know, June 23rd, 1963. I'll be the big 59. Yeah, getting up there. Getting up there in my 60s. But feeling good. Just want to say I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty pumped up today. I know I'm looking scroungy and stuff. Haven't shaved or anything. Looking like an old man. Yes, I'm looking like an old man. Haven't shaved. Just been kind of just living that quarantine life, you know. Just relaxing right now. Living that quarantine life. And we decided to make a video today. So today is Happy Saturday, the 26th, March the 26th, 2022. March the 26th, 2022. This is your boy Tony from Cali. I haven't been doing videos in a while. Been kind of bummed out a little bit. You guys know why. Like I said, my mom passed away not too long ago. And still kind of grieving and going through a little of that, you know, and still trying to put the pieces together. But we decided to make this video today because, bam, we want to talk about some old vintage equipment. As you can see, that's right behind me. This is not no green screen. This is my regular, boom. This is what's here. I'm here at my mom's house, and this is some of the old vintage equipment that we kind of put together in this segment. So what we want to talk about, first of all, this TV set. You see this old-fashioned TV set? This is a combo TV set, DVD and VHS. This is my mom's old Magnavox. We're going to talk about that Magnavox TV, VHS, and DVD combo. You guys probably seen these before. A lot of young people have never seen this kind of stuff before, so that's why I'm breaking it out. And this is also a Magnavox camera, okay? This is a Magnavox color camera. This came out in, let's see, to make sure I got it right, 1983. This one came out in 1983. This TV is a lot newer. This TV probably came out in, I didn't look at the date on that, but it might have been like 1998. This might have been 1998. This was around, this right here is 1983. Now, I can connect these two pieces together, and that's what we're going to talk about in this whole segment here. I got a couple VCRs and cameras back here, VTRs, and we're going to talk about that. So right on top here is a Kodak unit, okay? But before we talk about that, we're going to talk about another Magnavox camera that we have right here. This is another Magnavox camera. And this is from 1983, I think, too. Also, no, this is earlier. This is a little earlier. This is may have been 1982 on this one. I can't remember. I want to take it down, but I don't think I'm gonna take it down. But what I will show you on this camera, can you guys see it? Hopefully you can see it. I'm looking at a small monitor here, recording on my DJI. This one had a I am gonna take it down. I'm gonna take it down for a minute, real quick. I wasn't gonna do that, but I don't think you guys are going to be able to see it in detail. And these cameras, you had a long cord that connected on these cameras. And these cameras, bring it down a little bit. These cameras had a long cord. You had to plug it into either a power supply or a VCR. If you were going to be out recording somewhere mobile, you had to plug it into a VCR and you had to carry your VCR around with you. What's unique about this camera is this one had a built-in character generator. A character generator is exactly what it sounds like. A lot of people, young people, don't know what that is. A character generator is basically like a computer. And it generates characters on the screen while you're recording. So, bam, all you would do is slide this back. Bam, you slide that back right there, and you got all these buttons right here. Look at that. Look at all these buttons. And you could type in a full letter of whatever you wanted to say. You know, you could type in your name, the date, all kinds of stuff. You know, happy birthday, all that kind of stuff. You could put it on tape right away. You know, in pre-production, I guess you want to call it that. But this was a very, very expensive camera. And it's got a big lens here. It's actually got a real nice lens. I just got this not too long ago from the thrift store, from the Goodwill. Got it from the Goodwill, keeping it real. It's got a nice lens on here. 8x, optical, autofocus, 8x. Man, it's in good shape, very good shape. And what's cool about this camera, that's why I wanted to bring it a little closer to you, is that you got, if you look right here, there's a bunch of controls here. So you were able to control your VCR. Rewind, fast forward, play, pause, all that kind of stuff right here in the handle. And that was pretty unique for a camera back in that day. Like I said, this camera, it says, I'm making sure the year is right, 1983. Yeah, November 1983. This one came out in November 1983. And like I said, the other camera, I just showed you the other Magnavox camera, is also from 1983. So this is just, you know, I'm just kind of putting together, like I said, a Magnavox package. You got a Magnavox TV in the background, you know, and we got two Magnavox cameras here. They're all capable of working together and with adapters and converters and things like that. And that's what we had to do back in the day. So I started doing videos back in around 78, I think, when I started doing a lot of these videos and putting them together. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Can you guys see the cameras? Hopefully you can see them. Let me lean out the way. 1983. This is the high-end baby right here. You're probably looking at a couple $1,000s for a camera like this back in the day. And then this camera right here, this is also probably a high-end camera. Don't know that much about it, but it was also from 1983. This is more of your portable handheld camera. But it was no tape. There's no tape. I'm letting you guys know, folks. There was no tape. That everybody asked me, where you put the tape in? Where you put the chip in? There was no memory card. There was no chip. There was no tape. You had to plug in. There's a plug on the bottom of here, right here. And you had to plug in the cord. And I just happened to have the cord. Okay? I just happened to have the cord. And the cord looked like this. You guys want to see what it looks like? That's the end of the cord looks like. And you would plug it in. It's keyed. It would go in a certain way. And then you had to screw it. You had to screw it to lock it in. Some of them kind of like lock in. I don't think I got it in right. Okay. Okay. You screw it to lock it in. And then it's locked in really good. And then the other end looks like this. Okay. The other end looks weird. I think they call it an AGI or something like that. I forgot the name of this connector. But this was very universal. And with this, the other end would plug into your VCR. Like you have a VCR deck like this, it would plug into your VCR, and you would take your VCR with you. Now, we're going to talk about that in a minute. And I don't have the Magnavox VCR here with me right now, but I do have a Magnavox VCR that this plugs into. It's in my storage right now. It's a portable unit, and that portable unit might weigh 20 pounds. You're walking around with a 20-pound VCR that you hooked into with your camera. Now, this camera didn't have no character generator, and this camera didn't have no way of controlling the camera if you wanted to do playback and rewind and all that type of stuff. A lot of cameras didn't. I don't think they did all of them did playback. Maybe they did, but you had to have the VCR. You had to go to the VCR and hit play, and then you might be able to see it through the lens, the viewfinder right here. And this viewfinder is black and white, by the way. You flip it up like this. It's black and white. Okay, so you had to play it back through here if you wanted to do a playback, and you had to have a VCR. You had to have this thing hooked up to a VCR. Now, will this plug right here plug it right into the TV? That would be great. No, this TV wasn't invented yet. So like I said, this TV came out later, maybe like 1998, you know, somewhere around there, 1997. This TV came out later. So this TV wasn't even invented. You had to have an old school VCR with this type of connector on there. And this type of connector is, I just happen to have a power supply up here. I have a little small power supply, which actually the other Magnavox camera is plugged into right now. And that's how you had to plug it in. You take the end of this connector right here, and I'll show you I'll show you this power supply a little closer too. I don't have the power supply plugged in. I'm unscrewing the other connector right now for the and this is a General Electric power supply, but I got different ones. I got RCA, I got Panasonic. They all were the same. Okay, that's what it looks like in the front, and then when you flip it around, that's what it looked like in the back. Okay, in the back you got your audio video, which is your red and white. And then, your audio, which is your red and white, and then you got your video, which is this weird connector right here that actually unscrewed. You had to unscrew it. Heavy. It's got some pretty heavy metal on here too. Some pretty thick. Dang, had to do that much unscrewing. So that's what the cable look. That's what the video connector looked like right here. That's the video connector. Okay. So this is educational 101 today. Like I said, vintage cameras, and I'm showing you just a couple of vintage cameras. I was going to pull out, I got a Pentax somewhere back over there. I was going to pull out the Pentax. I got a nice Pentax camera, a couple Pentax cameras. I got Toshiba, I got Panasonic, I got RCA. I got a lot of different vintage cameras, but we're not going to pull them all out today. But this is a power supply, and oh, that's what I was going to show you. So you would plug in your camera cable right here. You plug it in, see what it looks like, what the connector looks like. You would plug that in, it only goes in one way, it's keyed. So bam, it's in now, and then you would screw it in. And then once you screw that in, your video cables right here could go into any VCR or any TV. Now I could plug those in the other end, which I might do. I guess I could do that. On these old TV VCRs, like the Magnavox and stuff like that, I got an adapter on here right now. Take off this adapter. Okay. This stuff is so fun. It's fun, I'm telling you. People don't realize how fun this stuff is. Okay, so here's your audio video. Your red and white. You would just plug it straight into the front of the TV. Red and white. Red and white. White and red. And then your video, same thing. Here's your video right here. The video's white on this one. That came out of the other end. You plug your video into yellow. Yellow is always video. And that's called composite, okay? There's composite, there's component, there's HDMI, there's all kinds of different formats. There's S-video. Back in our day, S-video, if you had S-video, that was like, wow, that was the top of the line stuff back then, S-video. S-video is like a mini connector that did the audio and video. It's kind of like HDMI nowadays. And if you had S-video, like, it's supposed to be a higher processing signal too, to be honest with you, but I don't know. So, I mean, it was a higher processing signal. If you had S-video cameras, and I got some S-video cameras too. We got some Panasonic S-video cameras with S-video outputs. We've got a bunch of different other cameras with S-video, but we'll talk about that another day. But this is for today. We're talking about composite. Remember that name. A lot of people say, man, you remember the TVs with RCAs on the back and the VCRs with RCAs? RCA is just a type of connector. Okay? Just to let you know. RCA was the type of connectors that we used, and I'll pull them out again to show you. You know, you got your red and white, and then this one's supposed to be yellow, but it's white here. And then yellow is always video, and your red and white is always audio. These are the type of connectors, but the type of signal that goes through here is called composite, which is a very, very old signal, not very that good, like 480 lines or something like that resolution, you know. But you can still, it still works. I actually have, I made a DVD the other day, and I downscaled it. This is a long story. I downscaled it to composite to a DVD, and I put the DVD in. It came out, it looked pretty good. It was on this TV. A lot of times, if you play a composite signal on an older composite TV, it's going to look good. But if you play a composite signal on a newer TV, like a 4K, whatever you got, flat screen TV, it's not going to look good. It's going to be stretched out. It's not going to look good. It's going to be expanded because it's kind of upscaled, and it's not going to look good. So that's why I'm using these old TVs. So you use an old TV set to test out older equipment. Okay. Now, if you do want to bring it into today's modern segment, then you'll have to get converters and things like that. And we'll talk about that later. There's all kind of different RCA converters. I think I have one over here. I'll show you later. So, well, going back to this, got the Magnavox camera now. I got it on one of these little suction cup tripod things here, which is kind of cool. But I got my Magnavox camera. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go shoot some video. This is old school, 1983. I would need a VCR, but you can convert this if you really wanted to. There's 12 volts. This camera operates off of 12 volts. So you could actually look at the pin outputs on this cable, and you could send 12 volts into the camera, and then you could take your video outputs and you could run it into another recording device, and then you could really, really go out there and record with this. But by the time you've done all that, you're going to say, wow, the picture's not good, the quality's not good. Why would you want to do that? You probably wouldn't want to do it. So, why do I buy these cameras? I buy them because they're so interesting. The way these cameras were built, they were in really good shape back then. They were really sturdy. You could put a hot shoe. There's a cold shoe up here, so you could put lights up here. You could put microphones. You could do all kinds of stuff. This is just a cool camera. It's got that gun look. This handle actually separates. I got another one over here we're going to talk about in a minute. It actually separates as well. But this is Magnavox. So I just want to show a Magnavox system. If you had a Magnavox system, say back in the 1980s, it might have looked like this. Magnavox TV, VCR, DVD, boom, a Magnavox camera, and another Magnavox camera here. So you can do a 2-camera shoot. Right? No, not really, because you don't have a switcher. But now we're going to talk about the VCR and the tuner. You see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of these anymore, but you're familiar with the VCR and the tuner. This is your VCR right here, and this is your tuner. This right here is a camera. Now, we're going to talk about something really interesting. You're going to like this. This VCR separates from the tuner. Very, very uncommon, but back then, very common. How should I say this? If you were a videographer and you wanted to go out and you shoot some video, you had to take the VCR with you, so you couldn't take the big VCR. You wouldn't want to take the whole VCR, and you wouldn't really need the tuner. The tuner was for so you could record channels. Channel 13, Channel 10, Channel 40, Fox 40. That's what we used to do back in the day before cable boxes came out, you know? You had to have a tuner. So all your channels was tuned in. You had a coaxial cable that would plug into this from your cable system. And then you could program all your channels and you could record your channels in different times and things like that. That was kind of cool back in the day. Not anymore. But skipping over all that, this right now, we're going to talk about this. This is very, very interesting. I'm very excited to talk about it. I haven't made a video about it. Kodak, okay? This is a Kodak camera. Kodak. This is a Kodak color video camera. Okay? You look at it, I'll spin it around a little bit. Looks like a regular, boom, looks like a regular camcorder, boom. You flip out the eyepiece. Flip out the eyepiece. It's a little weird on this eyepiece. Okay, flip out the eyepiece. That's the eyepiece right there. And then you're supposed to be able to take off the lens cap. And then I got this big old strap on the back that's making a lot of noise. But anyway, you're filming, and wow, this is cool, huh? This is a camcorder, right? This is not a camcorder. This is a color camera, just like the other vintage cameras I just showed you a little while ago. Only difference between this one does not require a cord. This has a plastic backing right here, which is kind of cool. Plastic backing to kind of, I'll show you. You hit this little button right here, and when you hit this button here, you release the plastic backing. Once you release the plastic backing, you got this little crazy connector right here, okay? I don't even know what kind of connector that is, but they're like a crazy looking Molex connector. We used to call them Molex connectors back then. And what you would do is you take, this is going to trip you out. I'm going to put the camera up here because I don't know if I can do all this at one time. Okay? I don't know if I can do this. Man, I don't want to stand up. I don't want to stand up. But anyway, you come up here. I guess I got to stand up. Okay. No, I'm not going to stand up. I'm not going to take, oh man. I'm not going to take that apart. I'm just going to tell you how it works. The VCR comes apart and the VCR connects onto the back of here. Okay? Now, I just happen to have, if you look in the background here, you see another camera over here. It looks like a camcorder. That's the same camera right here. We're just going to set it up here. We're going to set it back up here. I took the plastic backing off already. And I don't feel like getting up because I'm kind of lazy right now, but we're going to grab the other camcorder I was telling you about. Okay? It's the same camera, folks. I'm not trying to pull the wool over you. This is the VCR right here. And this is the button right here. You hit this button and you pull it off. Look at that. You pull it off and this is the VCR. Look at the VCR. Look at it really good. Look at the top of it. Oh, I'm showing you the bottom. I'm showing you the back. Sorry. Dang. Okay. That's what the top looks like where you put the tape in. And if you look at the name, it's going to say Kodak on here on the bottom here. It says Kodak with MVS, modular system, something like that. Kodak MVS modular video system. Modular video system. Can you guys see that? Hopefully you guys can see that. And it's a modular video system. This is a VCR. See how small it fits in my hand? This is actually a small one. The cameras, I'm telling you, the VCRs were a lot bigger. So I thought this was very cool, very unique. And then this is your power supply. The power supply also comes off. It's a button. It's always these big buttons. You just look for them. Big square buttons. Pops off. This is your power supply. Okay? But you can put a battery on here. I got batteries too for this. So you can put a battery on here. Now the VCR looks even smaller. It fits in the palm of my hand. Okay? This is the VCR. Top. It's got the top loader. Boom. You hit it, ejects. And all that kind of stuff. And then I actually have the tapes for this too. I actually have the Kodak tape. Okay, can you all see that? The Kodak tapes that go in this VCR. This is 8mm Kodak tape that would go in this VCR. And then I have the Kodak remote control. Yes, very, very proud of this system. Okay. Matter of fact, I even got I got a whole fold-out brochure on this. I'm gonna see if I can pull that up for you guys in a minute. But this is the same VCR that's right here. If you look right there, this one's actually missing the panel. There's a front panel that goes right there. It's missing the front panel, but this one has the front panel. And on that front panel, it says headphones, video out. Oh, that's cool. You can do video out on here. And then it has microphone, external microphone input. Wow. So you could just plug in external microphone into this VCR and just record, which is great. You could plug your headphones in so you could hear what's going on. And what else it had? And headphones out and video out. And then you had another video out source where you could run it into a VCR or something too as well. Run it into another VCR. So this was a very, very cool little VCR. Look how small this thing is. Okay? This thing is Very cool. Now that's the same thing. This I just didn't feel like getting up, pulling it apart, but it actually separates the same thing. And if I would have unplugged it and I would have plugged this one in, I got two different systems. I got two systems, two Kodak systems, and these are once again, what I tell you, these are. It says on here 1985. This was made in 1985, but I noticed the camera was made in 1984. So maybe they made the camera first, and then later on they decided to make the VCR, or maybe I don't know. I don't know. I just know 1984, 1985. That's when they wanted to start to build camcorders. They got away from these color cameras right here, where you had to carry around the VCR, and they wanted to start trying to attach VCRs to these color cameras, which makes sense. So in other words, you take this magnet box and now you want to connect this to that. You probably would need some adapters and stuff, of course, but you could do it if you know the pinouts. And these are the pinouts. The pins looked kind of crazy back then. Once again, they got that Molex connector. Can you guys see it? And yeah. So we're going to connect this back now. And connecting it back was so simple. All you do is just take the camcorder, bam. Take the VCR and snap it on. It just locks in, and now you have a full camcorder. Does it look cool? Looks like a regular camcorder. I was like, oh man, I gotta get this. I got this from the thrift store. I got the other one from eBay. One from eBay and one from the thrift store. And I had to have two systems. The reason that I had to have two systems, because I need to show you guys out there, the followers, friends, and everybody out there, how this all worked. So my first one I got was just like this. All I got was just this. I actually got it in a Kodak bag with the Kodak, I got the Kodak bag, I got the batteries, I got everything. I'm not going to put on the Kodak bags right now, but I got the actual Kodak bags that these came in. They came in like a gray color bag. I actually show you those. They actually look really nice. So we're going to show you that on another episode. But this is part of the Broadcaster Museum. This is a very, very, very great piece for the Broadcaster Museum. And I'm very proud to show this piece, because you tell me if you've ever seen this before. If I'm wrong, tell me if I'm wrong. Once again, this is called the MVS Modular Video System, made by Kodak. And Kodak was not known for making video cameras, not to my knowledge. Bam, pop on the power supply. That could be your battery. That would be your battery or your power supply. And then now I can plug this thing in, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to shoot all day long like a professional. Boom, pop out the viewfinder. The electronic viewfinder, and bam, I'm ready to shoot just like a professional on a Kodak camera. I repeat, Kodak video camera from 1984 and 1985. This is one of the best broadcaster pieces that I can even talk about. This is a part of the Broadcaster Museum pieces, and I just want you guys to see that. So I'm going to stack this back. I'm going to stack it up over here now. I'm going to flip them around, and this is what it would look like. Once again, you got two VCRs. You got a VCR here, a tuner, a camera, and then you got another camera over here separately by itself. And then just so that the connector don't get damaged, you got this little plastic piece right here. Okay, this little plastic piece right here that protects it, and it should just snap right in somehow. Once I figure out how it snaps in. How's this thing do? Okay, there it is. It just snaps in, and now you have a camera that's protecting that piece. And then I don't think you can use this camera you can't use it. Oh, you know what? Oh, shoot. I take that back. So there's a like, it looks like a cord would go in here. There's a little hole right here. So a cord would go in there, and it could plug into that. They probably have a special cord that went into that Molex connector so that you could use this into another VCR, or that particular VCR, or maybe any VCR. So this maybe, like I said, is a modular system, like a puzzle. In other words, so you could probably use this with other VCRs and things like that too. Made by, once again, Kodak. I'm going to let you guys see this camera real good from the side view here, so you can see that it does say Kodak. Now, hopefully you guys can see that. It says Kodak in the front. Look at it in the front. It says Kodak. And you guys see that? Okay, Kodak Modular Video System. And this is one of the great pieces for the Broadcaster Museum. So I just wanted to show you guys that. I'm excited about it today. And it's happy Saturday. Once again, happy birthday to my sister today. Her birthday's today. So we're going to put the Kodak Modular System over here. And I think, like that's pretty much it. I just wanted to, kind of touch bases with everybody and let you know that vintage cameras can still be used if you want to use them. Or if you're doing what I'm doing as a hobbyist, you're building a Broadcaster museum or something like that. These cameras are very, very cool. Right underneath that, we're not going to pull it out, but there's another color camera. This is the Panasonic. This is a Panasonic color camera. I actually got it kind of locked in here, so I'm not going to pull it out, but I will pull this a little closer without knocking this over. This is one of my mom's old VHS shelves that I kind of modified. I'm going to put a couple other cameras in here. I was going to do that for today, but I didn't feel like going all into it. But this is another color camera, and I just wanted to kind of talk about this a little bit too. The tubes that these cameras had back in those days, there were several different tubes. There was Sadicon, there was Vinicon, and there was Sadicon, Vinicon, Nuvoton, and Nuvicon, and I'm trying to think of the other one. I think it was Penacon or something like that. But those were the two different tubes that they had back in the day. That was the actual, like the sensor. Now everybody's talking about what kind of sensor it has, a micro four thirds sensor, or does it have a 1 inch sensor, or does it have a 1/2 inch sensor, or whatever, or CCD, 3 CCD sensor. So the sensors have been, they didn't have sensors back then. There was tubes, okay, like video tubes, like CRT tubes, like TV tubes, okay? So this took a tube in there, and they always used to brand it on the side of the camera. So this says Nuvicon on the side of that. If you look at it, and I'm not going to pull the camera out. I guess I could pull it out. We'll go ahead and unscrew it real quick. So I'm unscrewing the handle real quick, okay? And then I just got it kind of sitting in here a little bit. We'll go ahead and pull it out. Okay. Okay. So this is Panasonic once again. I'm just listening to him. I heard my dad in there talking. I think he's talking on the phone. Somebody might have came over. I don't have my security camera on right now. I need to turn my security camera back on so I can see what's going on. But this camera, you screw the handle on, and then you would plug in. It had a little jack in the back. You plug in the jack so you could control the video. This looks pretty cool. It was like this is like a ray gun. This is like a ray gun. That's why I got it. I thought this camera looked pretty cool when I saw it. Got this also from the thrift store. Got a couple scuff marks on the side here, but that's okay. A couple scuff marks. You know, we can deal with that. Made by Panasonic. If you look at the front, it says Panasonic. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's Panasonic. This is the little shotgun microphone they had on there. Kind of cute. You got your video zoom in and zoom out. You know, telephoto and wide zoom or whatever. And then you got all your controls on the side, white balance, all that kind of stuff, which is cool. But it said color video camera Nuvicon. So they always advertised what type of tube it was. And then this is your viewfinder didn't flip up. It kind of unscrews a little bit though. Unscrews a little bit. And then you would look in here to do all your video and stuff like that. No flip out screens. That stuff didn't exist. And you had this long cord. This cord does not detach. Some cords detach and some of them do not. This one does not detach. The two Magnavox cameras back there, the cords detached, which is kind of cool. This one does not detach. Does it? No, it doesn't. And so you would have to plug this into, once again, a VCR, a power supply, and then some adapters if you're going to put it into a different type of VCR, but you had to hook it into some type of VCR. This does not have an internal recorder. No type of internal recorder. Can you adapt this where it will have an internal recorder? Yeah, you could. I thought about that. I've got some external recorders with the video screens and stuff that I could plug into this and adapt it and add 12 volts to it, a little 12 volt battery or something, but it's not really worth it. But what's cool about it is it's worth it for a museum piece, for a broadcaster piece. This is a great broadcaster camera, a broadcaster piece. Once again, the Panasonic color video camera. This is probably one of the smaller portable ones. I got some bigger ones too. I got some huge portable cameras, not portable cameras, but some huge vintage cameras that are color cameras. I got a Sony over here. I forgot to pull the Sony out. I was gonna pull that out today. I got this big old Sony color camera that I could have put out. I could have put that up here on the top. That would have looked really cool, but it's really heavy. And this is just one of the lightweight ones. Lightweight, you're out there and you're on the beach. This is what they used to use back in the day. If you're out there on the beach, and they used to advertise these as really lightweight, portable video cameras. But you had to have a VCR. Okay? And I don't know if it has a date on here. I forgot what the date was on this one, but I think it's around the same time, around 1980, 81, 82, 83. You know, you're looking at that time frame. I'm just trying to see real quick, just to verify it for you guys. Okay, it does have a date on there. 1984. This is 1984. So, wow. Yeah. We're coming up in the 1985 era. And 1985, that's when people started to say, hey, you know, 1984, we're going to talk about that year real quick. 1984, JVC came out with the first camcorder. JVC came out with the first camcorder, the one Back to the Future camera, the one everybody talks about. I got it in here too, believe it or not. I have it in this room. It's packed up in a box somewhere right now. But the C, what is it? The CR1? I can't even remember. But the Back to the Future camcorder, you know, the one that Marty McFly had, that was like their first camcorder. That came out in 1984. So this came out in 1984 too. So this was kind of like getting behind the times, you know, to be honest with you. The technology was starting to change a little bit, but people were still using these, believe it or not. They still had their big old VCR, and then all of a sudden, bam, Marty McFly. Marty McFly, the JVC, that camera was a lot of money back then too. I didn't have it. I didn't own it in 1984. I wish I would have had that camera in 1984. I didn't get my first camcorder to 1986. Yes, keeping it real. I was born in '63. I was in my let's see, in 1980. What I tell you was 1984. I was probably like 20 years old, and still did not have no camcorder. I still had stuff like this. Okay. In 1986, I got my first camcorder. 1986, and it was like $1,500 bucks. That was a lot of money, and it was a Quasar, piece of junk compared to, you know, some of the camcorders that were out back then. You know, I wanted a Panasonic. I wanted a Sony. I wanted something nice like that, but no, Quasar. I had to deal with Quasar back in 1986 because it was in my budget, but it did the job. It did the job. So once again, 1984, I was rolling with stuff like this. I was rolling with Panasonic. I was rolling with all kind of different names. RCA, Panasonic. I had one called Fune. Fune was my first one of my first camcorders, and because I had a video unit that went with it, and it was black and white. I think the thing was black and white, and it was like a cassette. But it wasn't 8mm. It was a different format. It was called CVC, video cassette something. It was weird. But we're gonna put this back together here. I'm not gonna. I'll put that on later. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys an ideal color video camera. This was also a color video camera, to my knowledge as well. But it had the ability to hook up to a recorder, a VCR. So this one could hook up to a recorder, and it could dock to it. They call it a dockable unit. So it just snapped together, just like I showed you with this one a little while ago. Very, very awesome. The MVS system, the modular video system. This and this is the same thing. And then you could also connect this to a power supply, such as this right here. You could connect it to a power supply, or you could connect it to a VCR. So just a lot of little cool things here, folks. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little overview of wires look messy back here now. I had it looking nice and neat, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Magnavox, 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 Kodak, Kodak, Kodak. Kodak was on their way. Kodak was revolutionary. They saw things. They said, you know what? We need a camcorder. People are tired of walking around these big old VCRs and carrying VCRs on them. So Kodak said, you know what? We're gonna make a camcorder. We're gonna make a camcorder. So they just took a color camera and they connected it. Bam. They did the job. JVC also did that. They said, we're going to connect this. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Sony made one in 1983, I think. I have that one too. And that was the BMC. That's the BMC 110, I think. And the BMC 110, I could be wrong about the model numbers. You can verify that, whatever. But if I'm not mistaken, they made the first camcorder, but it did not rewind. You couldn't rewind. You couldn't play back the tape. You could only just record. And I just happen to have that unit too. It's in storage. So we'll talk about that on another day. But I think they made theirs in 1983. Was it 1983 or 1984? I think it was 1980. I can't remember. I think it was 1983. But Sony was on the way. Sony was on the way. They made that baby. And that was like the first camcorder. That was like the first camcorder. That was 1983, I think. And like I said, you're looking at this, 1984, 1985. These guys are starting to figure it all out. And then, once again, JVC said, you know what, let's just go ahead and just do it. Bam. JVC went and did it. And their tape mechanism was not 8mm. I want to show you the difference on that, too. Do I have the other tapes? This is 8mm, which was very superior at the time, very good. This is at 120 minutes, Kodak, blah, 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 whatever. Kodak, 120 minutes. You guys don't think this is the real tape? I'll open it up. Bam. Got the tape in here. It actually works. Kodak, okay? Kodak was on the way. Now, other brands, manufacturers made these tapes too, but I just like to say Kodak because Kodak, they don't get any recognition. Kodak don't get any recognition. So we're going to put the Kodak tape right up here with the Kodak camcorder. And then we got the Kodak remote control. Okay, this controls the VCR, the VTR, whatever you want to call it. We're going to put that up there as well. We got the Kodak camera, the VCR. Kodak was trying to do it. Kodak been around for a long time. And the reason I talk about Kodak is because I got a lot of Kodak cameras. I do. I got a lot of Kodak point-and-shoot cameras, if you want to call them that, video cameras. I got a lot of Kodak 1080p cameras. And then I also have my oldest camera that I have in the Broadcaster Museum. We're going to talk about that right now. The oldest camera that I have in the Broadcaster Museum, I actually have it here. Dang, do I want to go over and get it? I'm not going to get it right now. It's packed up. The oldest camera in the Broadcaster Museum is from, you want to know what year? Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm going to get close. Read my big lips. 1885. Yes, I said that correct. I didn't stumble. Not 1985. 1885. Cowboy days. Yeah, that's why I'm wearing a cowboy hat. Okay? Looking like a cowboy. Old school, big, chubby cowboy. 1885. That's my oldest camera for the Broadcaster Museum. Up to date today. Start, you know, from, hey, it's March 26, 2022. 1885. Read my big lips. If anybody want to purchase this camera later on, maybe from me, maybe we'll get rid of it. Maybe we'll sell it. Maybe we'll sell the whole collection. Our goal is maybe after we get the whole collection all set up and we have it on display, we may sell the collection later on, years from now. But for right now, it's the Broadcaster Museum, dedicated to my mom. Okay? Willie Bell McDoo Myers. Willie Bell McDoo Myers is dedicated to her. She helped me design this Broadcaster Museum. I had no idea I was going to have a Broadcaster Museum. I came out here to visit her, stayed with her, helped her, and she helped me along the way. Every time I used to get cameras all the time from the thrift stores and stuff, she'd give me a couple dollars here and there. So my mom helped me create the Broadcaster Museum. So that's why I'm dedicating all this to my mom. Okay, 1885. Well, she was here to see that. She wasn't here when I got that camera, but she's seen a lot of them. I used to get the cameras all the time. I bring them in. I say, "Mom, look at this. Look at this. Look at this red camera. Look at this. This is the mom. This is the mom camera, and this is the dad camera." And just kind of joke and talk about how the collection, you know, kind of evolved. And she used to love that. And she just would be so happy to see me get my little camera. So, yep, I still miss my mom. We always gonna miss you. Always gonna miss your mom. But we got to keep on. We got to move on. So all this is being put together for the Broadcaster Museum. I got a couple other things that we're going to be working on. I am going to be doing some production again. I will be doing some production, live production. Okay, I'm going to let you guys know. Live edit. I built a couple live edit systems for some clients. I built one for myself as well. I'm going to be going out and I'll be doing live production for live events, corporate events, and just live events. Where basically what I'm trying to say is I'm actually going to be probably changing the name on my production. Haven't figured it out yet, but it's going to have something to do with same-day delivery, live production, same-day delivery, live same-day delivery production, something like that, to where we're going to give you your product right there on the spot. Because I'm done with all the editing. I'm editing right now. I'm actually editing my mom's funeral, which took me a while to even want to pull out. Believe it or not, like I said, we're still grieving. So I finally pulled it out, and I'm looking at it, and I'm editing it right now. And it's taking me a long time because I had a bunch of cameras, and everything wasn't perfect like I wanted it to be, and I was the only person doing the video. So you know, when you're doing something like that, you need a crew. You need, like, you know, 2 or 3 people to operate the cameras and make sure everything is good. And I didn't have that, so now I got to go back and I got to clean up my mess. Because I had made mistakes, you know, on some of the setups. So when I set things up, I was like, "Oh man, that wasn't right. Oh man, I didn't like that." You know, always trying to be a perfectionist. You know what's right, you know what's wrong. So, you know, at that time, I was trying to set things up and make sure my sister was good, and make sure my mom, and you know, it was just a lot of stuff. So I'm now tackling that. I'm editing it, and I'm going to get it out to a lot of our family members. But I also will be shooting funerals. I'm letting everybody know that I'll be shooting funerals coming up. We'll probably be looking at starting maybe next month. I'll be shooting a lot of funerals for people, and it'll be something that'll be quick, done. You get it the same day. It's not, I mean, you get it right after the funeral. I'm setting it up to where you get it right on the funeral. And I got different formats. Let me just show you what we're doing right now. I've got these portable systems that I picked up. This right here is a portable recorder, portable DVD recorder. Okay, this is a portable DVD recorder. So this will be plugged in, and of course you see it says HDMI. It says composite and HDMI. You see the connectors. Composite is the RCA's, and then you got your HDMI. So what I'll be doing is I'll be putting some stuff on DVD, and then this one actually records to SD card too. This one has an SD card slot on the side, so you can record the SD. So we're going to be recording, and I'll be giving it to you on either an SD or USB or possibly even a video link. I'm thinking about I'll probably set up a web page too, so you can also download the video link. You can do that as well. We can send it to your phone. We're going to find we're modernizing all this technology. So however you want the format, we'll be able to get it. We'll be able to deliver it to you. And my goal is to do live events, corporate events. I'll still shoot corporate events, trade shows, things like that, conventions. You know, they call it talking heads, where you got a panel of people talking, or interviews, things like that. That's a live event. You shoot it, you deliver it. It's not about coming home and trying to edit it and do all that stuff. I will do that too, maybe, but you know, for certain organizations and things like that. But I'm not going to spend a lot of my time with all that editing. You know, it's just not worth it unless, you know, I'm getting paid. I got to get paid. Okay, if I do a commercial, I shoot a commercial for somebody. Somebody wants a commercial shoot. I can shoot a commercial. I can shoot. I'm not shooting music videos. I'm letting you guys know. So don't come to me asking me, hey, I want to shoot a music video. This is what I want to do. I do not shoot music videos. I used to shoot music videos. I'm passing that on down to the younger people. Okay? Younger people want to get around, and you're bouncing around, and you're on your back, and then you got gimbals, and then you're getting on the ground, and you're doing all kinds of stuff. No, I'm not doing any of that. Music video days are over. I graduated. Okay? I graduated. It's just certain things I don't do anymore. A lot of people come to me, used to come to me and say, hey, Tony, can you do car stereos? Can you? We want you to put car stereos in. I used to put car stereos in, amplifiers, big sound systems. Back in the day, I was, you know, I had 15-inch woofers, 18-inch woofers. I remember I had 18-inch woofers in one of my cars. I was bumping hard. But those days are over. Graduate. You have to go and do things different. You have to move on. You know, back in the 80s and 90s, especially in the 90s, man, I was all into the car stuff. You know, had all kind of car stereos. I was in building cars. I had cars with hydraulics on there and all that stuff. You guys know. So, people that know me. So, certain things I don't do anymore. I do not do music videos. Music videos, they're not complicated. They're just time consuming. You know, you got to find location after location. Location, people don't know what they want. Then you got to add all these different elements and special effects. And I love doing that stuff. I love special effects. But I just don't like to deal with the music video industry. I don't like to deal with some of the clientele. I don't like to deal with some of the people. I just separated myself from that. I want something that's calm, relaxing. Now, that's why I told you guys, funerals. You guys look at me crazy. Yeah, I shot my mom's funeral. So what? I shot my uncle's funeral. Yeah, I shot this other girl's grandmother's funeral when I was in Vegas. I was gonna do funerals in Vegas. I actually had a contract already written up, getting ready to set up to do funerals in Vegas, and all of a sudden my equipment got lost. Okay, I had a backpack with my main equipment that I was going to use to do these funerals. It was all mobile, and all of a sudden I lost the backpack. It was me. I lost it. I put it all on me. I lost the backpack, lost my laptop, my hard drive, everything. This is back in I can't remember. I think it was like 2017 or something like that. I was so depressed, and the people I set up to do the contract with the funeral, I never went back. I just gave up on it. So now I'm going back to that, but I'm going to do it a different way. And the system that I was going to use back then, it was okay, but I have a better system now. I actually have a better system, a way of switching camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, camera 4, boom, putting graphics in. We can put your graphics in. We can put in lower thirds. We can put in bumpers. We can put in all these different things that you might need in a funeral or a presentation. You know, I'm not going to just say funerals. With presentations, interviews, things like that, I can shoot it, boom, give it to you right there on the spot. Here you go. It's done. It's live. It's edited. You know, when you were talking, boom, camera 1, camera 2. When you were talking, boom, camera 3. Now wide shot, boom, camera 1. Camera 1, 2, 3, whatever. It's all done. I've edited. It's a live edit. It's called a live edit. So we're going to be doing live edits. So that's why I wasn't really going to talk about all this today. I don't even know why I'm talking about all this. Because today's supposed to be Vintage Day. We dedicate to Kodak. We got Kodak, Magnavox, all Vintage Day. Vintage Day. That's what we're going to call this today. Happy Vintage Day. Yeah. That'll be the title. Happy Vintage Day. Happy Vintage Electronics. Whatever you want to call it. Remember I had Memorial Day? I created Memorial Day. Well, today is Happy Vintage Day. Happy Saturday. Happy Vintage Day. Whatever. So that's what we're talking about. But with all this Happy Vintage Day, then look at me as a person. I'm letting you guys know I'm not doing music videos anymore. I'm not doing car stereos anymore. I'm not doing a lot of things that I used to do anymore. So do not approach me and ask me to do these things. Do not ask me or approach me and say, hey, can you do a music video? No. Weddings is a different thing. A lot of people ask me, do I shoot weddings and stuff like that? I'm going to say possible. Possibility, yes. Possible. I'll say yes. We may do weddings. I'm not gonna do something that's gonna take a lot out of me, you know, or take from me. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my life right now where I want to relax. I don't want to be around a lot of people. I really don't. I don't want to be around a lot of people. I just want to just relax, do what I want to do, and get in and get out. So if I can do something that's gonna work for you, music videos and stuff like that, I'm not really that commercial. I like stuff like that. I like stuff that has some patience. And I'm not going to say I'm not going to do any editing. Because if I got to shoot a commercial for somebody and they want a commercial and they specifically kind of know what they want, and it's not going to take too much of my time, and I got to go home and do a little editing and this and that, yes, I can shoot a commercial for you. You know? But if you want something that's going to take too much of my time, and I got to go spend 10 hours, like this funeral right now, my mom's funeral, I probably spent at least 15 hours on it, and I gotta still spend some more time on it because I'm cleaning up some of the things. I'm like, oh man, I don't like that camera angle. Oh man, I don't like that. I gotta change that. I gotta change it in post-production. I gotta rotate this. I gotta rotate that. I gotta cut that out. I gotta slice this. I gotta add some more contrast. It's not bright enough. This needs to be a little bit brighter. This needs to be, I need more saturation. So I'm going in and I'm changing all this stuff with the cameras I'm using. I was just using actually a couple little small camcorders, and my main camera that I wanted to really use at the time, I didn't really get to use it. Because my recorder was down. Well, the recorder wasn't down. I had some wrong cables. It was my fault. I had the wrong cables. I thought I brought the right cables, and I had the right cables, but they just weren't packed up in the right place, and I didn't know where they were. So I'm using the other cables that look like they work. They plug in, but they don't work. So it was just a mess. So I ended up using a lot of the cameras that I used just the smaller camcorders to do what I wanted to do. My main camera I wanted to use at the time, I think it was a DV cam or something like that. I didn't really get to use it. I guess I could have shot with it if I would have put a tape in there, but I wasn't planning on using tapes because I was trying to digitize everything. I was trying to make everything digital and put it on the recorders. I guess I could have put a tape in there. I didn't think about that. Anyway, so anyway, this is your boy Tony from Cali. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I've been talking for a while. How long have I been talking? I don't even know. Dang. 47 minutes? Dang, okay. Sorry about that, folks. My videos go a little longer because I get into different subjects and stuff. Like I said, today's retro day. I'm kicking back. Got my retro vintage cameras here. Magnavox camera, Magnavox TV, Kodak VCR, Kodak tuner, Kodak camera, Kodak tape, Kodak remote, General Electric. You don't hear that name very often. General Electric power supply, but it could be any power supply. It could be RCA, it could be Panasonic, it could be whatever. General Electric power supply hooked up to the Magnavox camera right here. Okay, another Magnavox camera with the character generator. Once again, I explained what a character generator is. Man, this was a top of the line camera back in the day. I love this camera. Got the controls and stuff on the handle and stuff. You can control the VCR. It's got a big lens on there. It's got a real nice lens. I was shocked when I got this camera. I was like, man, that lens is nice. So we're going to be checking these out one day. We're going to be testing them all out. We're not going to go through testing today. Resolution on these cameras are not going to be up to par. You're not going to be really happy with it. So I don't get that much into trying to rebuild the cameras and go into the resolution. But I'm just saying, back in the day, these were great cameras and very expensive cameras. And they are a very great asset to the Broadcaster Museum, the 2022 Broadcaster Museum coming soon. We're building it. We're putting it together. I get a couple pieces in now and then. I want to talk about this Kodak. I got this Kodak in months ago. I wanted to really talk about it. I need to clean it up a little bit too. But I wanted to talk about this. We got the case for it. We got all the accessories. We got batteries. We got everything. Kodak Modular System. Okay? Read my lips. Kodak Modular System. You're not going to hear about that. You're not going to hear about a Kodak video system. Kodak made that. Once again, 1984, 1985. 1984, 1985. Same time, you got Magnavox making their cameras in 1983. Both of these were made in 1983. You got your, like I said, your portable version. You got a little portable version here, and then you got your more professional version here with the character generators. If you're doing a job for somebody back in the day, you probably had something like this. If you're just doing something for yourself and you're on the beach and you're shooting your kids, you're probably using something like this. And then once again, swinging around on this side, Panasonic was in the same category. Everybody was competing. Panasonic made their little portable camera where you could go out and you could shoot, which is really cool. And also, once again, here's a Kodak modular camera. So I think that concludes this video today. I love you guys out there. Peace and love. And once again, don't hate. Don't hate. So many people hating nowadays. Don't hate. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Don't hesitate. Just donate. Okay? You guys like what I'm doing here? You like the video? I haven't put out a video in a while. We're going to put this on YouTube today, I guess. Yeah, as soon as this thing finished rendering, because I'm using my other computer over here to render right now. So we're going to put this on YouTube today. You guys are going to see it today. Happy Saturday, you guys out there. I love you guys. Peace and love. Don't hate. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Donate. I got a Cash App. You guys can go to my Cash App. It's $ Tony McDo. Okay? We'll probably put that in the video somewhere. $ Tony McDo. Just donate. You know, $5, $10. I got a guy who donated $5 to me the other day. I'm like, thank you, man. Thank you so much, man. Times is hard right now. Gas is expensive. You guys know gas is out here $5.70. I think it's going up to 6 something. Times are hard. Meat's going up. Food's going up. I bought some milk the other day from my dad. It was $8.89. Okay? Yeah, I'm keeping it real. $8.89 for the chocolate milk. And he loves chocolate milk. So I had to get it. So food's going up. Things are tight. My income has not changed. I don't have no big income right now where I'm working right now. That's why I say I'm trying to put together a production where I can go out and do some video production for people and stuff like that on a limited level. But I haven't started doing that yet. And I need some help. So, you know, like I said, gas, license, business license, all that kind of stuff. It takes money to put that together, you know. So if you want to donate, please help a brother out. Brother's trying to put together. I got the equipment. I don't need no problem with I don't need any money for the equipment anymore. But, you know, other resources. Like I said, I don't have transportation. Yeah, I'd love to get a car. I need to get a car or a van or something. Somebody want to donate a van or a car or something like that. That'd be great. You can donate a car or a van. I need a vehicle to be able to get from point A to point B. I need to be able to carry my equipment. I have equipment. Don't worry about that. I have equipment. You know, tape, media, mic, SD cards and things like that. Yeah, it helps. I need money for that, you know, because you're going to need, people need to get their SD card. I need SD cards. I bought a spindle of 100 DVDs the other day for like $19, which ain't bad. So that'll get me started. And I got a couple DVD recorders. We got another one over here. Can I pull it out? Let me pull it out real quick. I'm telling you guys, I'm very serious about this thing here. I'm actually building let me just tell you what I'm building. I'm building a mobile studio right now out of a old camera case. It's an old camcorder case, and it's a Canon. It's a Canon camcorder case, and I built everything in there. I got a couple monitors in there. I got a VCR. This is a little case right here, a little case that I carry my my DVD player in, so it doesn't get messed up. This is a Sony. This is a more high-end recorder. You guys are familiar with this one? This recorder cost about $200 in the day when it came out, and I got this on eBay a while back, really cheap. I got $45, but stuff like this I need. Okay, so yeah, I got it for $45, and this allows me to record all your DVDs. It has a monitor on there. It has your composite inputs on the side, and it records perfectly. The other recorder I showed you right now, I have some problems with that right now. I'm going through it right now. It looks very similar to the Sony. This is a Protist. Never heard of it. Protist Recorder, cheap. It's very light. The Sony's very heavy. It's very heavy, built very nice. I haven't had any luck with this one yet as far as... I recorded some media and everything. I put it into the Magnavox TV, and it didn't show up. It said, cannot play on this device. Maybe it was the format. It couldn't read it. I used the same DVDs that I use in here. It showed that it was recording and everything. Maybe the DVDs will only play on certain units. I don't know. But I know the Sony works really good. I've had a couple of these units back in the day, and these units work really good. Okay? So I'm real serious about this. The case, I've already built the case. I got everything already wired up. That Sony player, it actually fits in the case. And I want to go out and start doing some live production for people. That's what I'm saying. So if you guys want to donate that would help me, you know, resource-wise. I need to be able to have transportation. I need to be able to have the things I need to get there and to set it all up. I gotta get business cards. This is a lot of different little things, you know, when you put together a business. And I need that. So please don't hate, don't wait, donate. That'll help me. A lot of people, because they don't. A lot of people don't say, "Well, where's your money go? Where your money go?" Mainly, a lot of my money goes on equipment. A lot of my time is just research. You know, trying to figure out things, what I need. Here's a little recorder right here. I got it in a sock to protect it. I don't have a case for it, but this is a little ion recorder. We'll tell you about this. A little ion recorder I got a long time ago, and they were selling these on HSN back in the day for, I don't know, I think $150 or something like that. I got it for like $30. I got this for like $30 on OfferUp. And now I got this one on eBay. I had another one on OfferUp I was going to get. And this is a little ion digital recorder. I use this for my mom's funeral. And it actually works pretty good. It only has composite input. It's not high definition. It has high definition output. It has HDMI on the output, but it has composite in. So this will work something. Let me just explain something. This will work on this camera right here. This little Magnavox camera, I can plug this up, and it records onto a micro SD card. It records onto a micro SD card, and it has it. Let me show you the micro SD card. You look on the side there. There's a little slot for the micro SD card. You put your micro SD card in. You guys know what that is, right? That goes into your telephone, and you can record with this camera. And this has a little monitor on here. It's like a little 3-inch monitor. Okay, so this is a great recorder for taking something old, like an old camera, and plugging it into it. Is really, this was designed for people who want to do duplication for VCRs and things like that. So if you got some old videotapes, you would plug in your RCAs. It came with a special cable, and the cable plugs in here, and then you plug it into your back of your VCR, and you can see everything on here, and you just record onto an SD card, and now you can put it in your phone. You can do social media, whatever you want to do with it. So I carry this around in this pouch as well. These are two of my recorders, and then I have another recorder that I use called Digit Now. That's like my best recorder, and I packed it up. Where did I pack that? Oh, it's in here too. It's packed up in here too. It's also packed up in a sock. Okay, I packed it in a sock because I don't want to get scratched up. But this is my main recorder. I love this recorder right here. This is my main one. Look how big it looks. Wow. Okay, this is a 5-inch screen. I turned it on just now, didn't I? Yep, I turned it on. It has a 5-inch screen, and this is like, man, this saved my life, man. I'm telling you. So it has a full size slot on the side here, and it's like a Adamus Ninja. You know, Adamus Ninja. You guys heard of Adamus Ninja? The guys that do video production know what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is a low end Adamus Ninja to me. Okay, this is on a budget, and these are kind of pricey a little bit too. These are about $199. Okay, $199 for one of these. $200. This is like saves the day for me on everything. I use this thing all the time. So you turn this thing, I'm gonna turn it off right now, save my battery. But it's called Digit Now. I'm giving you guys all the secrets. I'm giving you the secrets. You could take this recorder right here, and it replaces all of this. It replaces all this video equipment, the VCR. You don't need any of that stuff. You just make sure you got the right signal coming in, and you got a couple jacks on the side here. We'll show you what the side looks like. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you can see it. I'm using my little small camera right now. I'm using my my DJI camera right now, and the screen is so small I can't see on it. I don't have another monitor hooked up. But anyway, you got two HDMI. You got an HDMI in, you got an HDMI out. You have a AV in and an AV out. The AV in is used for composite. Remember we talked about that earlier. RCAs. Any camera, any VCR that has RCAs or something like that can plug into this if you got the proper cable. I got to find out where the cable that goes with this now. Put them up somewhere. I don't know where I put it up, but I don't really use composite that much, hardly ever. But if you got something that you want to transfer, like old video movies or something like that, you can transfer it in this. This recorder does the same thing. See the difference in size? I got it upside down. Okay. See the difference in size? I got this one upside down. Okay. See the difference in size? This is a lot more smaller, portable. This is only recording composite signal, only composite. So if you got older VCRs and stuff like that and you want to bring them up to date, this is cool for that. This will do HDMI. This will record HDMI input. So I'm using this one right now to do a lot of my work. Okay. Now, we're going to explain this. I go out, I want to do a multi-live event. I got 4 cameras. I can take 4 cameras. I can't plug all 4 cameras into this. So I have a switcher. My switcher plugs into this. This records on the SD card. You got an SD card right here. You pop out the SD card. Here's your little SD card. And you're done. Very simple. So that is my setup right now. I have a digital switcher that I use, and there's so many of them out there. You guys can do your research on that if you want to learn more about that. I can tell you a little bit more about that. I have a FieldWorld switcher. Mine's called FieldWorld. I'll tell you the name. And FieldWorld, they make an inexpensive switcher that'll allow you to do that HDMI video switcher. I love it. Okay, so I use that, and those are very pricey. Those are kind of pricey right now. A lot of people are using Blackmagic, the Blackmagic switchers. A couple of the ATMs, they're using those. They're a lot more money, and these switchers can be from a couple $100 to a couple thousand. So it just depends on what you want to use. My FieldWorld switcher was like $2.99. I got that a long time ago, and I love that switcher. I use it. Can I pull it out? I guess I'll pull it out and show you guys real quick. Man, see, this video is not gonna be short, is it? That's okay. You guys are learning something today. I want my videos to have value. You need to get some value out of it. A lot of times people put out videos and they're about one particular subject, and that's cool. And then people ramble and they go into other subjects. And a lot of people have their videos scripted, so they only talk about one thing. Like me today, I was only gonna talk about vintage cameras, but now I'm telling you about how to put together a whole production almost. It's crazy. I'm telling you about how my production is put together. I can't pull this out. I can't pull out the switcher. I'm going to pull it out anyway. I'm going to pull it out. I got to unplug it. So you'll see me getting close to the camera here. Don't worry about that. I'm unplugging every cable. Okay. This is it. This is it, folks. This is the baby right here. This is what I use. Okay. Showing you guys all the secrets. I usually don't do all that either. I don't show you guys all the secrets. But you know what? It's not about having secrets anybody. It's about helping people. My channel, HPTV, that's what that channel was all about. It was about helping people, taking it to the next level, you know, and so many people are helping people. People help me. I've learned from other YouTubers and things like that on things to get. Most of the things I learn are from other YouTubers. And I'm like, oh, let's check that out. Wow, that's a new, I always look at new technology. This is old now. They got a newer one out. This was $2.99. I'm just wiping down a little bit. This one was like $2.99 when I got it a long time ago. And now I'm going to start really putting it to use. I really haven't really put it to use, but I'm going to start putting it to use. Okay. This is the FieldWorld switcher. Look it up. Made by FieldWorld. It's the Live Pro L1 V1. Okay. That's the model number. It's the Live Pro L1 V1 made by FieldWorld. And FieldWorld is a company that's been out for a while. They make a lot of cameras and monitors and things like that for like radio control devices and things like that. Well, I'm not gonna get all into it. They call it, I think they call it POV, POV. You guys know what I'm talking about. For the drones and stuff, when they're flying the drones, they make a lot of monitors and they make a lot of stuff. FieldWorld. You probably haven't really heard about it, but they were within my budget. When I bought this, I was like, okay, this is in my budget. I can do the $299, but I cannot do the $1,000 one that I really want. You know, the ATM, the Blackmagic, whatever. And other people are always gonna tell you, oh yeah, you get that, that's better, it does this and does that. You're gonna hear a lot of YouTubers out there. I'm not that type of YouTuber. I don't get paid on this. I don't get any type of promotions or anything like that. I don't get no sponsors. One day this should probably be a sponsor for me. We'll see. Maybe they'll call me up one day and say, hey man, talk about our switcher. They got a newer one out now. They got a newer one out with a bigger screen. It's a touch screen. It's a 5-inch screen. The size of this right here, the size of my screen that's in my sock. Let me pull it back out the sock. So they got a new one now that's a touch screen. So you're looking at a device about this size, but with a screen that size. And then they got like 4 buttons. These 4 buttons right now are on the bottom. And then they got that screen there. And then they got the same, you got your T-bar. So you can fade in and fade out and all that kind of stuff. It's cool. Do transitions and transactions and stuff. Transitions, I mean. So this is a good tool to have. These 2 tools are good to have. And like I said, it adds up. Money adds up. People don't realize, you know, you got, you know, $299 for this, $300, just say $300, $300 for this. And then now you got another $200 for this. That's $500 right there. Okay. So when you buy these tools, it's about putting together, making sure it works, making sure you got the right cameras. Now with this right here, I didn't show you the inputs. I can plug in 4 cameras. I can plug in 4 HDMI cameras, which are great. I have 4 HDMI cameras. No problem. I've got Sony, I got Panasonic, I got Canon, I got all kinds of different cameras that I can plug into this. So my goal is, you go out, boom, you got 4 cameras, you're switching. Camera 1 is already labeled. Wow, isn't that interesting? Camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, camera 4. These all light up. When you plug it all up, it lights up. It tells you what it is. You also have a little display here. You have a display that shows you, you have a 4-box display. It's kind of small, but it shows you that the input signals are coming in. It shows you what's on the video. Okay? It shows you the video of each camera. So you're just going, oh, camera 1 is camera 1. Camera 1. Now camera 2. Camera 3. You're doing a wedding. You're doing a party. You're doing whatever. This is a perfect device. A lot of people ask me all the time, how do you do your camera switching? With something like this. Now, I have other systems too that automatically will switch for you, which is great. And sometimes it just kind of crops in. You know, it depends on the resolution. We're not going to get all into that. But I have another system that does that, and it's pretty cool too. But I haven't used it in a while. And it's like a one-man band. You're out there, and you want to show this, and you want to show that, and you want to show this camera, and you want to show this over here. You know, you can just do it from like a tablet. They have tablet switchers and stuff too. I think YOLO Box makes a tablet switcher, which is it's kind of pricey. I think it's expensive. It's like $1,000, I think. And there's a couple other ones out there. So you just got to look around, and I'm just trying to help people. So if this channel is bringing you any value, if you guys are learning anything, if you're learning anything about camera switchers, this is a camera switcher. So you can plug in 4 cameras. This is a recorder. So you can record different cameras, whatever you want to record. This you can record from your Nintendo. You got a Nintendo. So you got PlayStation. Somebody got a PlayStation 5. You can plug your PlayStation 5 straight in this, and you can record the games, and you can put it out there, gamers and stuff like that. This is a great recorder. Diginow makes this. Fieldworld makes this. Ion. This is another recorder. Ion makes this little video recorder. You might find this. You gotta watch out for price gouging people out there. I got this for $30. I think that was a great deal. I've seen them go for more, a lot more. So you just got to just look for these on eBay, or if you're looking for something like that. You want to go back, you want to be old school, you can get like this. I got this for $29. This is another DVD recorder, plasticky. I didn't know anything about it, but I took a chance on it. Got a couple scratches right here on the screen, whatever. I don't care. It works. I just haven't figured out. The DVDs won't play on my Magnavox over here. They will not play on the Magnavox TV. Maybe they'll play on a different DVD player. I gotta check it out. But I recorded with this, and I'm not gonna recommend it yet. But I did see a lot of videos about this recorder working, so I think it works. Okay, just didn't play on my Magnavox TV. The Sony Recorder, once again, I got it in the case. I try to keep it in good shape. This baby's heavy. It's real heavy compared to that one. About the same size physically, but this is a lot heavier, built sturdier. Cost a lot more money back in the day. It was like $250 for one of these. I got this for $45. And it works. So I'm very, very happy with that. So what I do is I put my recorders in this bag. I put them all in this little bag and keep up with them, because it's part of the job. You know, it's part of the industry of, I put them in a sock. See the little sock? My sister bought these socks for me. And I'm using them for equipment. I take care of my equipment more than I take care of myself. People say, man, Tony, you crazy. Just like Einstein, if you listen to Einstein's theories, he didn't care about a lot of basic stuff, but he was very, very intelligent. He was a very intelligent man, but he didn't care about a lot of basic stuff. And I'm kind of like that with me. I should be shaved right now. I should be groomed all up, whatever. Worried about my lighting, worried about this. I don't care about all that right now. I just keep it real. Okay? So my recorder, the Diginow recorder, goes right into this little bag right here. Bam. And it's protected. And I got another sock for this right here. I gotta find out where I put the sock. And it's also the Ion recorder remote control. It comes with a remote control too. Forgot to tell you about that. Comes with a little remote control, which is great. So I'm just packing this stuff back up. But my main thing I want to tell you guys is that just if you're gonna do something, just do it. You know, I watch a lot of motivational tapes and stuff. I just got to watching some Les Brown. You guys know Les Brown. I was watching him, and he's telling the truth. You know, sometimes you just got to just get out there and just do it. You can't wait for other people to give you that chance to do something, you know, and that's what I'm doing. I've been motivated for a while, but I like to have the right equipment to do something. I don't want to go out there and do nothing that's going to be shady or raggedy. I want to be able to give you good results, you know. I want to be able to give you, I want things to be right and perfect. Not perfect, but I want things to be right. So I'm just that kind of person. If I can't do it, I won't do it. And certain things I just tell myself I'm not going to do anymore. I'm not going to go out there and mess around with the music video stuff because that's not my thing. I will do some, I need to put this in a case too. I think I'm going to put this in another padded case too. Actually, I should be putting that in the padded case more than the DVD player. I don't know. But once again, I got a case that's sitting in front of me right now. I can't show it to you guys, but it's a Canon camera case. And everything is built into this Canon camera case. It's awesome. I got another monitor in there right now. I'm not going to pull it out. It's a Protist 5-inch monitor. It's really nice. I use that as my multi-screen monitor. And then I got the other monitor that you just saw, that little small recorder. That's the main recorder. And then I got the DVD recorder in there. And there's a lot of wires. A lot of wires in it right now. So I'm kind of mapping out the wires and the weight. And then I also got a computer that's built into this case. It's a lot of research and a lot of time it took me to do this, but I've got a computer in there to actually, so I can put my graphics in. I can create all the graphics, put all the graphics in, do everything live right there on the spot, and everybody's like amazed, like, how did you do that? So I've been testing it out for actually months. I've been testing this thing out, this whole theory, and I do need to get a better computer though. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. So donate. That's where you guys can come in. I do need a better computer. The computer I have in here is i3. It's an i3 laptop. Where is it at? Actually, it's actually over here. It's an i3 laptop, and I could use more processing power. You know, I'd like to have an i5 in there or i7 or something like that. So I do want to upgrade that later on, or sooner or later. If anybody wants to donate a laptop, an old laptop, yeah, it's an i3 touchscreen. It's really nice, and it does all. I got my programs on there where I can do all my graphics. I can put in lower thirds. I can put in picture-in-picture. I can do all that kind of stuff while we're recording live. Remember that, okay? Like right now, we're recording on just a regular camcorder, you know, my little DJI Osmo, or your phone, or whatever you're using. But can you put graphics in? Not too many people can do that. So that's my whole build right now. I've been building those systems for other people, and I'm building them for myself. I built several different systems to where I've tested out multiple kind of cameras. It doesn't matter. I keep telling people they're focusing on, oh, I need to go get a new A7 III. I need to get it this. And you don't got to get that. I'm using regular camcorders. Read my lips. I wish I could just go pull them out right now. You know what? I got a drawer here full of camcorders. You know, little pocket camcorders like this. What's in here? I could use, this is nice. Look at the little JVC. Little JVC pocket camcorder. I forgot about this. Okay? Shoots 1080p. Very, very good video. I can take 4 of these and hook them up and do a multi-camera shoot with 4 of these, and you wouldn't know the difference. You would not know the difference, okay? The only drawback to this is it doesn't have live HDMI output, so technically, no, I could not do that with this. But I could shoot 4 different angles, and then I could edit it later. Okay, look at that. Look at that little case. Look how shiny this thing is. That's nice, ain't it? I had to get that. I just like stuff like this. And it tells you right here, look at it, says it tells you HD. You all see that? It tells you HD on the bottom, everything. It's HD. 1080p. Okay, so why am I showing you this? Because I just like showing you guys stuff. I got a whole drawer full of little pocket camcorders. I can open up another one. Dang, I'll put it in this video, huh? Little Kodak, cute little Kodak camera. Look at that, bam. Little Kodak camera right there. Look what it say on the back, 1080p. 1080p video. So use whatever you got. You don't have to have anything expensive. But I normally use the regular camcorder. You know, the little tiny camcorders you can walk around with. I usually use I got 4 of them in front of me right now on a flash bracket. I bought a flash bracket off of eBay for like 10 bucks. Got 4 of them on the flash bracket, so I can get 4 different angles. I might have one pointed down, one pointed up, one pointed out the window, one pointed at me, and then I test them all out with my switcher. Yes, the switcher right here. I test them all out with the switcher, see what they look like, see what the resolution look like, and it's fun. Okay, it's fun, but you gotta get started. If you're gonna get started in business and production, you gotta get stuff like this. You gotta get tools like this in order to start your business. You can't just, I mean, you can start with anything. Like I said, I can start with this little JVC camera I just showed you, a little pocket JVC camera, this little Polaroid camera. You can start with that. If you're just doing YouTube videos or something like what I'm doing right now, you don't need anything. You can just need, all you need is something like this. I'm using my little DJI. The only reason I'm using my DJI because it has a little monitor on front. I can see myself. My battery's low. Oh, shoot. We got to go. I'm going to get back with you guys. Peace and love. Once again, don't hate, don't wait, don't procrastinate. Donate. $, Tony McDo. Go to my Cash App. Go to my Cash App. $, Tony McDo. If you get any value of this, you liked it, anything I'm saying today, I love you guys. Peace and love. I love you guys. Tony McDo, because I love you. and we out.